Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-August 2025. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aries. The overall energy for the reading, the death card. I don't know if something came to a close or is coming to a close. I think it did already. Very assertive energies throughout the reading, which is not a bad thing. I'm kind of glad that I'm seeing, okay, straight up energies and not, oh, what does this mean? You know. So we'll see what this is about. But starting off the reading, you get the Knight of Swords crossed by the Queen of Swords. This is one of those in which you go ahead and start, let's say, a business, right? And it doesn't have to be that you're starting a business here. I'm just giving you the example to catch the energy I'm seeing here. So you're starting a business and then you get more and more confident and more knowledgeable as you go, rather than knowing everything from the get-go. So it's like building up to it, building up to a sense of courage, a sense of assertiveness. There's a lot of, again, assertiveness and determination with this one. But you're doing something here and you grow as you go. Grow as you go. I like that. Anyways, in your focus, the Ace of Swords, again, the action of doing something. In the recent past, the Eight of Pentacles, you started to work on something here and you were doing something already. So this is not new. If anything, you're bringing something to something that you've already been working on. In your strength, the Seven of Pentacles, interesting. You're going from the Eight of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. As your energy goes up, something you're part of and working on is going down. All right. In the immediate future, the Queen of Cups. Your heart is in the game. Your heart is super open here. Supporting this reading, the Ace of Wands. You having to do something about something. That's the focus of what we're talking about here. And you're in the middle of it. You're already doing it. It's not like you're building up to it or anything. You're already... You've started to do something. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Three of Swords, it may bring some pain somewhere, whatever it is that you're doing. Somebody's not going to like it. You may not like it as much as, you know, once it's all said and done, it's like, oh shit, this doesn't feel necessarily like the best thing, but it feels like I did the right steps, you know, or I took the right steps here. Because something about this energy that's building up feels right now. If it's something that's going to bring out some feelings somewhere, it might, you know, even for you. Because in your hopes and fears, we see the Three of Pentacles. So it could have to do with another energy that's involved here. I do see a partnership here. So this is not only concerning you and that's it. It concerns somebody else somehow, even indirectly, but there's another energy here. In the potential outcome, the Page of Wands, you do feel a sense of relief, though. You do feel a sense of, oh, you know, I'm glad that's done, type of a deal. Okay, let's see. Let's clarify. Let me do the Death card. For the Death card, you get the Seven of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords. Yeah, you look like you're in the process of leaving something behind you. You know, kind of saying goodbye to something here. And even though as you're doing it, you're not feeling much, you're just focused on actually doing it, you might feel the feelings of what's going on here a little later, by the looks of it. So it might hit you at a later time, just so you know. Because even if it's something that you decide, okay, I no longer want to be part of this, it's something that's been part of your life for who knows how long. So there's a grieving process to all these things, no matter if we're the ones that remove these things or remove ourselves from these things. So the grieving process is not unfolding as you know, kind of take care of the removal process. It might hit you a little later. For the Knight of Swords, you get the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Swords. And you're coming through with that's why this energy is coming through as determined, assertive, like I really got to take care of this, because you're giving me a sense of if I don't go through with this, I'm not going to do it eventually. So it almost feels like you're pushing yourself to get through with whatever it is you're doing. There is that resistance in the way telling you, hey, you know, maybe do it later, maybe not do it at all. But you're pushing through that. If anything, you're boosting yourself up to really go through with this. For the Queen of Swords, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Empress, the Justice card. And you want to be fair, you know, to everybody involved. You don't just want to blast through something, not give a shit about anything, and just say, hey, this is what's going to happen because I say so. No, you're coming in from an angle of, I believe that this is best for me, first of all, and eventually for everybody involved. And I don't want to just, you know, slash through this energy and just completely disregard anybody else but me here. I want to keep into consideration, you know, everybody else's best interest too. As much as possible, because you probably are aware that, okay, not everybody's going to be happy with what's going on here, including you. But again, we'll talk about that at a later time. For the Ace of Swords, in your focus, you get the Eight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. I feel like you're trying to determine the how you're gonna bring this removal process to the surface, whether you're removing yourself or removing something out of your life here. You're trying to figure it out, you know, how to do it in the best possible way, in the most balanced way for, again, everybody involved. Because you're giving me here all sorts of options that you're looking into. Should I just kind of disappear off the face of the earth when it comes to this other energy? And it's like, nah, that doesn't work. That doesn't seem quite right, even though it could be the easiest, because it's like, you know, no words, no explanation, no nothing, I just vanish. But you don't want to be doing that, because you're definitely carrying a sense of like a conscience somewhere in there, being like, I can't just do it like that, no matter how much easier it would seem. I would feel guilt. I would feel, you know, all sorts of things that I don't want to be feeling. So you're trying to figure out a way to navigate this in the best way possible. For the Eight of Pentacles, in the recent past, you get the Queen of Wands. Oh, hummingbird. I know a lot of people think those in the back are hummingbirds. They're not. The hummingbird feeder is here, and I do have a couple there in the back, but you can't see them. So all of those are sparrows and other birds, not hummingbirds. But I do have one here that I always see coming close. For the Ace of Swords, no, we were gone. For the Eight of Pentacles, you get the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, something about this, you just didn't feel it anymore. You're working on something, and at some point, even if it still feels for the most part right, there's something about whatever you're working there on that just doesn't cut it for you. It's like, the slightest little something here doesn't feel exactly right. So because of that, you started probably reconsidering or changing directions or trying something else, you know. Let me do the Seven of Pentacles in your strength, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Moon. Yeah, taking a little bit of a step back, you know, from that whole situation if it doesn't feel right, and trying to find that balance within you so that you know exactly where to go and what to do next. Because as you take that step back, you're starting to focus on yourself. You're still not seeing the new direction that you want to take that in. Not completely. You have it, you have the answer within you there somewhere, but you're not able to reach it quite yet. First, there's a little bit of TLC time, a little bit of, let me give some time to myself here. You know, instead of kind of allowing for my energy to be 100% in this that I don't feel 100% right, let me take a couple of steps back. Let me focus on myself for a little bit. And that's exactly what you did. Let's do the Queen of Cups in the immediate future. This situation includes a partnership somewhere. It affects a partnership in some way. This, what you're working on here, I feel like it has to do more with you personally, but it does affect a partnership somehow. For the Queen of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Six of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Judgment card. Or it's just two separate things and you're actually starting to distance yourself here when it comes to this partnership. Distance yourself from the other energy. Because that's what's at play here by the looks of it. Like, I see love here, but I see distance between your heart and this partnership. So, for the Ace of Wands and the supportive energies, you get the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. I feel like there's two conflicting energies here. There's this, what you're working on. There's this partnership right by its side there. And then there's your own personal growth through both of those energies, but those energies are conflicting. What you're working on with this partnership, they bump heads. And I don't know why. And you're trying to bring a sense of balance. You're trying to get them to not bump heads anymore. But it's not necessarily working out. So it's one of those where you would have to give one up in favor of the other. Or like, what the fuck is going on here? You're definitely navigating. Again, there's this energy of what you're working on, the energy of the partnership, and there you are in the middle trying to navigate in such a way that everything falls into place, into the right place, the place that it belongs. And as far as this partnership goes, it's a little crooked. It's not sitting on a balanced energy. It's a little, you know, I don't know why. And as far as whatever you're working on, I feel like you're trying to restructure something in there. So can one impact the other? Sure. Can this partnership be involved in whatever it is you're working on? Sure. But the energy of this partnership being a little crooked is its own energy, the energy of the partnership, where I don't feel like whatever this is influencing this necessarily. But let's see. For the Three of Swords in the hidden energies, you get the Devil, the Ten of Swords, the Star. You're done. One of these energies you're done with. But you're still part of it, and that's what makes it look unhealthy. But one of these energies you're done. You just don't want to be facing that reality for it because you feel like it would be too painful to be faced with that reality of, oh yeah, this is done. I can't tell. It's either the partnership or whatever you've been working on. Which one is done? You would know. You know which one we're talking about. I lean towards the partnership, but I'm not sure 100%, so I can't tell. I feel like whatever you're working on just suffers a little bit of restructuring, and that's it. For the Three of Pentacles in your hopes and fears, you get the Six of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Chariot. Yeah, in the way that it's playing out in the real life out there that you're having surrounding this partnership, it's playing out as complicated. you know, status. It's complicated. And it's only complicated because you're up here with it. You know, because if you were to remove whatever thoughts you're having over it, and just remain with how it truly feels for you as an energy, whatever is connecting you to this partnership, you would have your answer about it. And it wouldn't be so complicated. Which, I don't know what that answer is. You would. For the Page of Wands, in the potential outcome, you get the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords. Remember how you gave yourself a little bit of time, a little bit of space to kind of figure out what's going on here with whatever you're working on? It's looking like you're resuming. You're coming in with the fresh energy and you're looking like, okay, here we go, we're picking this up. It feels like you're bringing a new direction there, something that you may try, something brand new, but it feels good to you as you go, as you start. So, okay, so that's resuming. Where does that leave this partnership then? I don't know. But you would know. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Star, the Four of Swords, the Strength card. Hey, just like you gave yourself some time to figure things out for that situation that, you know, you didn't drop it. You knew that things were going to change, but you gave yourself enough distance to just be with yourself to figure things out as far as that goes, and then you resumed. Give yourself some distance with the situation here too. You're saying it's hard. It's hard to give myself the time and space and distance to figure things out when it comes to this one. Now that could mean that one, you already have the answer for whatever's at play here. Two, there is no two. Why would it be hard to give yourself that you gave? So something you're working on, it is just your energy in there. You're telling me I can take that time and space for myself because it's, you know, under my own terms. And I understand this is a partnership. It's not just your terms. But if you were to ask for a little bit of time and space, why wouldn't you be allowed to that? Unless you're not allowing yourself that. Or if they're not allowing you that, then that's a controlling energy, and that's, you know, we have another story there that we need to talk about some other time. But, okay. Anyways, let's do the Animal Dreaming Oracle. Oh my god. Is that a spider or a bug? It looks like a little bit of a bug, but it could also be quite... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do spiders have 6 legs? They can. Do they also have 2 antennas? No. They won't. Where the fuck is it? It's not inside, it's on the outside, but if it freaks me out from the outside like that, can you imagine? Where did it go? Because see, if I knew where it went, I could determine what it is. Because I do see a spider web there. I swear to God, if there's a spider fight with a wasp, who do you think is going to win? Dingo. Trickster. Is it a spider or... It's a fucking spider. It's a spider. And I don't think it's gonna dare to go for the wasp. Would it? It's a spider. I got a big ass spider under the hummingbird feeder. 36. I want to see who wins if they do decide. I don't think it's gonna... Do you think it's gonna go for it? It's kind of keeping its distance though. But it's looking, and it's wiggling, in its web. And then there's a wasp. It left. Okay. Man, You should see this shit going down. Hummingbird! Oh my god, it scared the shit out of me. This hummingbird, and I think it's this one. This hummingbird showed up at the beginning of summer, and it was a tinier version of itself, and it grew. It's so stinking cute. Dingo. Portrayed as overconfident in many tale, the simple dingo artlessly assumes that the world will support his needs, that he will be welcomed and nurtured, and that his charm and adaptability will carry him through. He represents each of us as we naively step out into the world on our own for the first time, ready to begin life. He symbolizes the immature character who continually and immediately acts on every impulse, with little consideration or consequences or outcome, an eagerness to venture out into the world, to explore new horizons, and to try new things. Dingo is so keen to step out, however, that he often fails to notice the obstacles that present themselves on a day-to-day basis. A naturally friendly but socially inexperienced character, Dingo often bites off more than he can chew, then sits licking his wounds in a confused state when his actions inevitably backfire on him. Although Dingo ostensibly approaches life unaware of the phenomena of the penalties and pitfalls that usually appear painfully obvious to the more mature and streetwise among us, he teaches by example to learn from our mistakes and to never take life too seriously. He exposes that as long as we are able to laugh at ourselves and learn when we trip ourselves up, we will never again fall victim to our own illusory tricks. If Dingo has blundered his way into your cards today, you may be in need of stabilization. Perhaps you need to develop a greater sense of responsibility and more practical consciousness outlook on life. Are you oblivious to the hazards that are... I don't understand these words sometimes and trying to be too fancy. That are suppressing. I'll just find synonyms because it's like, no, it's too hard to read. Suppressing your true capabilities. Are you fooling yourself that you are precisely on course? Are you overly trusting and a little naive? Should you rethink things, reassess your current direction, and return to your original game plan? Like everybody, you have probably made many mistakes. Honey bun, I'm talking to somebody here. You know, it's not always just about you guys. Okay, get your tail. Get your little hiney. Good girl. Okay. Like everybody, you have probably made many mistakes. It is now time to learn from them. You cannot expect your life to improve or serve you well when you insist on employing the same strategy with every new venture you embark on. If you wish to experience new things, try approaching life with a more grounded, practical view instead of being misguided by whim and fancy. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.